Yo, what up, guys? I'm back with another video, man. And I was doing a little bit of self-reflecting because, now is my last couple of days of high school. Actually, today was my last day of high school. Testing is tomorrow. And I was finding myself feeling this sense of emptiness. I was just feeling like just empty. Like there was just this big void in my life. Like, what's next after high school, right? And what's weird is I know what I'm gonna do after high school. I know exactly what I want to do, but at the same time, I had this void, this insane void in me. And I noticed something. I noticed on my way home, right? Actually, I found myself for the past couple weeks, you know, I've been having this sense of purposelessness. Now, it's weird. At the same time, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do, but a lot of things are not happening the way I want it to happen. And I find myself comparing my life circumstances to other people's because I'm not in the same position as another person. I guess that happens a lot when you be on social media like Instagram, seeing people got money, got cars, got houses. You're still kind of struggling to even find a job. And yeah, I'm getting there. I'm finna have an interview soon, like probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, if I have an interview. But I caught myself sinking into this depression today, like a very bad depression. I was having a lot of negative thoughts because it was just a bunch of bullshit I was thinking about. Really, it was just, yeah, you know what? It was really a bunch of bullshit. A lot of bullshit. A lot of unwarranted. I had put a lot of unwarranted pressure on myself that I didn't need to. I didn't need to do that. I was doing too much because I gotta admit today, right? Um, I saw this pretty chick. She looked actually really good, right? But I noticed the thoughts that came into my head when I saw her. I was like, do I really like her, or am I just looking at her because bullshit reasons? I'm not gonna describe too much. Like, am I looking at her because I'm interested, or am I like, what am I doing? And then I started getting anxiety. I started to have doubts in myself. Like, damn, man, like, fuck, I don't know. I was just thinking of a lot of bullshit that I know. Like, damn, man, I don't got a job. I can't drive. I started thinking about a lot of bullshit that was pretty stupid to even think about. Every day I'm teaching myself. I'm battling. I'm not gonna say, I don't hate myself. I don't dislike myself. It's not even like that. But I'm battling things I've told myself since I was a lot younger than I am now. A lot of bullshit. I'm still trying to. It's like I'm battling like trying to reprogram myself from the fucked up mentality I grew up on. Uh, I grew up not confident at all. No self-esteem, very low self-esteem. My self-esteem is only now starting to get to a certain point now, after a couple of years. Now I finally reached a point where I can actually say I love myself and I actually see myself as a cool person. I feel like I have a cool personality. I didn't always think that. Now I have the strength to be like, now I have the strength to look at myself in the mirror and look at the mistakes I made, the flaws I had. But I ain't gonna lie, every day I feel like I have to fight the insecurities that I've developed growing up, and then comparing myself to other people because um maybe I didn't achieve a certain thing by a certain point in my life. And so that is something that I let beat me up a lot. The whole not achieving one set thing in a certain period of time. That's something that scared me a lot. Still scares me. I'll admit the hardest thing to do, the most difficult thing to do, is to make a mistake and accept the mistakes you made. Because a lot of the mistakes you made over time, it can be painful to accept. I just feel like these past 4 or 5 years of my life has been a just straight learning experiences. A lot of difficulty, a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of just learning, a lot of learning, a lot of learning. I'm trying to keep up the uploads. Y'all motivated me a lot. Even on my bad days, even when I'm feeling the worst, I'm gonna just keep on posting something. I'm just gonna keep speaking my mind. Because one skill I really want to learn is to be able to speak my mind whenever I want, and to be able to just say what I want to say and whenever it comes to my head. I've had a lot of difficulty in being able to accept when I don't have a lot in my mind to talk about and just speak my mind. Because I gotta say, when you're posting yourself on the internet, you can feel like I feel kind of, I gotta admit, I feel a little ashamed. I feel a little ashamed because I feel like I don't have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. I lived a very, very sheltered. I'm not gonna say, well, not as much as it used to be, but I've grew up very sheltered. Not not really doing a lot of fun things that your average person probably would have done. Like I've never been to a party before. Never been to a party. I've never been in like a actual longer relationship before. Yeah, I've had talking stages, but I've never been to like a real relationship before. Uh, so many things I just never got the chance to do. And now I'm finally about to graduate high school, and I have a lot of a lot of fears, a lot of things I wish I've done, but something. The thing with time is that time keeps moving forward, either you like it or not. It's not something you should dwell on because time will move whether you like it or not. And the things that you made in the past, you gotta accept it. You don't have a choice but to accept it, or you're gonna beat yourself up, or if you like what you've done, you're gonna look at that. But another way around is, let's say you've accomplished a lot of things in the past, but you look at yourself now and you're kind of a shell of what you thought a shell of what you used to be. I don't want to ever be that guy who peaked in high school, joined the football team, was a D1, had D1 potential, probably even made it to D1, but after that, you don't really make anything of yourself, and now you're looking at yourself in the past and being like, yo, I used to be a professional in high school. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares, bro. nobody cares what you used to do in high school. And now I'm starting to realize, nobody gives a fuck what you used to be in high school. If you used to be the class clown in high school, you used to be the popular guy in high school, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. Who cares if you never dated in high school? That doesn't matter. I've never dated in high school. But now, leaving high school, uh, leaving high school now is, I'm starting to I'm starting to talk to people a little bit more. Maybe I'm not talking to people I really wish I would have talked to, but I'm kind of getting my practice in now. And that's something. I guess that's something, right? That's a step up from before. I guess I'm going from getting nobody to at least experiencing something. But yeah, today I was just beating myself up, man. Beating myself up over the mistakes I've made, over having nervous, being a little bit awkward. Just beat myself up a lot. I guess it's something I got to get used to, right? I got to learn to not beat myself up. It's like everything I'm preaching is still a lot of habits. It's still a lot of mistakes I keep making. I can't just say I'm never going to do this no more and I just never do it no more. It's something I got to teach myself actively. Every day I have to seek improvement. And I don't even like that. I don't even like the self-improvement shit. I don't even want to be a part of the self-improvement community. I don't even like that. I think it's cringe. I think it's cringe to meditate. I'm not gonna say it's cringe. I just think it's cringe to make everything you are about. I meditate every day. I journal. Bro, I hate those Hamza type of creators. That's not something I want to be. I want to improve, but I don't want to be so like geeky about improving and about elevating my life. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna do all these things I want to do, but I don't think it should be like that. I think when you make it like that, it just becomes cringe. Yeah. Well, now at this point, I'm just looking at the past. Now, actually, not even really like that no more. What's the point of looking at the past? The past already happened. It's only moving forward. So, what's the next move? What's the next move now? And I know my next move for sure. For sure, I'm gonna keep posting content. Keep on posting content. I do want to learn how to edit videos. Get good at doing that. Give it some time. I'm gonna learn how to do that. But I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna lose my unfiltered aspect if I start editing and cutting and doing all that. Yeah, if you look at my channel, I've probably done that a couple times, but every time I try to edit and put too much effort into my stuff, I just stop uploading. It's not even impossible to keep up. It's just, if you got an iPhone, you know how tedious it is to transfer files from iPhone to your computer and then chop it up. Because I don't even, I could chop it up on my phone. I could. But just knowing I have a computer and I have Premiere Pro and I can just go put it on my computer and edit it, just makes it hard to use my phone. So for now, I'm just gonna do normal talking videos and just upload it, unfiltered, speaking my mind videos. Then maybe later down the line, I might start editing videos. I might start doing more crazy vlogs. I might. I don't want to be doing this forever. This is just a stage of my life. But if you see me change in the future, because when people become big and famous, they're gonna change. They're gonna lose some fans. They're gonna lose some supporters. People who was from the beginning. But now maybe, maybe I might evolve into something so different that I'm almost unrecognizable. And then, someone watching right now, you watching right now, might see a completely different guy. And you just don't like him anymore. That's fair. People change, but right now, this is the kind of content I'm going to be doing. It might be different. I don't. I don't think it's going to be the same. I think if you're at the same stage and then for I think if you're stuck in the same stage a year later in your life or 2 years later, I feel like you're not winning at life. You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep changing, evolving, adapting. I want to be a completely different guy in the next 2 years. My whole life just completely different from now. I don't even got to be rich or nothing like that. I just don't want it to be the same as it is now. I just think if it's the same as it is now, I'm failing. Why would I? It's like playing Fortnite and being stuck on gold rank. I'm not gonna say gold. That's like straight ass. But like being stuck on diamond. Imagine being stuck on diamond in Fortnite for 2 years. If you know what I'm talking about. Or, for example, let's say you're older watching this, you don't really know about Fortnite. You don't really know about games like that. It's like being stuck. It's like being stuck at minimum wage paycheck, minimum wage pay for 2 years. Like, bro, I think at that point you gotta reach the next level. Like, look at Kai Cenat, bro. At first, his first video was a freaking Fortnite video, and then look what he does recently because he doesn't stream no more. But last thing he did was a freaking Mafia thon. He cut his dreads off. I think every person who does anything in the world has to change. I don't think shit should stay the same. I don't. I want to change. I want to learn. I want to adapt and grow as a person. Uh, that's what I want to push for. That's for sure. Growth. I just think if you're not growing, or at least pushing into a direction, I'm not even saying get better. I think the get better 1% every day is actually stupid because that's not how it works. Some days you might feel like you got worse. Some days you might feel like you got way better at something. It's not linear. Shit's improvement or anything is not linear like that. Sometimes you might fall back into your old ways, and then you have to relearn. But I think just striving to something, the idea, the action, taking action to strive towards greatness. It's not even about results. Because nobody truly gets 1% better at anything every day. Sometimes you get worse, sometimes you fall off, sometimes you get even better than you expected, but then it drops off. Everything's kind of like a curve, highs and lows, highs and lows. You just gotta stay. And now I'm learning myself. Biggest thing I'm learning about, even posting videos, you gotta stay for the highs and lows. One video gets probably 2 views. One video somehow gets 1,000 views. It's like that. You got to be okay. You got to be there for the highs and lows. That's the hardest part about improving anything in life is that you got to be there for the highs and lows. You can't be there just for the highs, for the high moment. You got to be there when it freaking sucks and you want to quit. That's how people like IShowSpeed even made it. They was there when their videos or streams got only 2 viewers. But they were also there, they was probably there for 30, they probably had 2, 3, 4, 5 views for 30 days in a row. before they even started getting any sort of attention. You got to be there for when it's trash. I know I sound nasally as hell, but I don't know why. It's like I have blockage, but um, you got to be there for when it's terrible and when it's good. And that's way easier said than done. You know, I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying this. My I was gone for 2 months before these past couple videos. 2 freaking months just because I was uncomfortable being vulnerable on camera and being awkward or not, maybe my vocabulary isn't as sound as I want it to be, or maybe my talking points just don't make sense, or maybe I'm scared that somebody's gonna say I'm fucking retarded in the comments. That's always the things I've been scared of. So I ain't post because I'm scared of a nigga will say I sound like I'm retarded, or somebody saying that what I'm saying doesn't freaking make sense, or just fucking get a job. You sound weak as hell. Like comments like that, or or shut the hell up, shit like that. But at this point, you gotta learn to say fuck it, man. You gotta learn to say fuck it. Fuck what people think. I'm gonna post what I want to post, and that's that. That's the hardest thing to do. And we live in a time where everything is so judgmental. The first thing you do, somebody's quick to be on your ass about that. But I think if you're scared to get haters, then you should never do it. You were just never built for it. Everyone's gonna get haters. Everyone's gonna get lovers. I think everything got a yin and yang to it, bro. Just as much as people are gonna love you, just as many people are gonna fucking hate you and want you to fucking delete yourself off this fucking planet. Yeah. That's that, man. I had to rant because I was kind of doubting myself, man. I was feeling like, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna tell another story tomorrow. I'm gonna tell another story tomorrow because I got some more shit to talk about, but I need to not make my videos fucking 40 minutes every time. So I'm gonna kind of leave it here. But if y'all appreciate it, man, I'm gonna make some more videos, man. I'm gonna keep on posting. I'm gonna bring up the momentum. And see, it seems like, I don't know. I'm surprised by how many people actually are willing to watch me just rant. I feel like I can't even speak clearly. I feel like my sentences just are all over the place. I'm all over the place. I don't even think I'm talking about the thing I was even supposed to be talking about. I don't even think I'm talking about the title of the video anymore. That's how out of topic I am. I don't even script no. I don't even script. I just fucking talk. But if you even made it through this fucking yap session, man, I appreciate it. You're a fucking real one. And yeah, bro, see you.